the Solo Victory Cup, the easiest way to make your first earnings in Fortnite. But even with this, people are still struggling to make it out of opens. In this video, I will show you the tips and strategies the top pros are using to crawl out of opens and make $100. Now this season, Epic changed the Solo Victory Cup, so I'm going to let you know everything that you need to know and how you can use this to help you qualify. If this video helps you at all, please leave a like and subscribe. We're really close to 4K subscribers, but enough of me yapping, let's get straight into the video. Now this season, Fortnite has made it way harder to qual. This is because last season, it was top 11,500 to qual on EU and top 9,000 to qual on NA. However, this season, qual has changed, top 7,000 on EU and top 5,000 on NA. This means that finals will be a lot harder this season than it was last season because the skill of people qualifying is a lot higher. Now another thing that has changed is the format of these cups. It used to be 30 points for a win and 2 points for a kill, but now it is 65 points for a win and 1 point for a kill. This means this season will be a lot more placement heavy, which we can already see from the past 4 Solo Victory Cups. So I can tell you now that if you are not a top tier pro who can easily frag out in their first game and get a high kill win, don't. A third place this season is the same amount of points as getting a 44 kills. It's not worth it to W key unless you know that you are at that level where you'll be rewarded for it. However, the games that you will be playing are going to be a lot more stacked because of this. To help with this, I would recommend playing scrims throughout the next week as the main bulk of placement points are in top 5. So if you're able to make it to top 5 consistently throughout the cup, you will easily be able to qual. One thing I want to talk about is the importance of your first game. On average, there are 100,000 people playing the Solo Victory Cup in EU and only the top 7,000 qual. This means that your first game will have the worst players on average than any of your other games. It is so important that in your first game you play smart and make sure you get the placement points you need to set you up for the rest of the tournament. You can do this by having an off-spawn plan and making a smart rotate around the dead sides. So now you've played the first game and followed the strategies I spoke about. Now it's time for the next couple of games. You should be on around 40 to 65 points depending on how that first game went. Now what I would recommend you plan on doing is basically the same thing. Get around the dead side and get those placement points. There isn't really a point in going for kills as they only give 1 point. The only reason you should go for a kill is if you need a refresh. This is because getting 65 kills is almost impossible when compared to getting a win. Now remember, you should be aiming to get those top 5 points as they are massive for your tournament. The difference between dying top 5 compared to winning the game is 27 points, and the difference between getting 10th and getting a 5th is 17, so you can see how quickly the points build up when you get to late game. So make sure you're playing for top 5s throughout the tournament. The next thing I want to talk about is how many points you will need to qual. We know from the last 4 cups that it is on average 124 points to qual on EU, which sounds very easy, but you have to remember everyone's playing for late game. So if you want to qual, you need to make sure you're doing the same and make sure you get scrim practice in so you know how to play the late games. The last thing that I want to talk about is where you're going to land for the Solo Victory Cup. But quickly, before I talk about it, if you guys want to support me in any way, make sure to click the link tree in the description and check out some of my other socials. Thank you, and let's get back into our landing spots. Now it is obvious this season that most players are landing the south side of the map. This is because all of the medallion spawns on this side of the map, and there is also a lot of metal and celeb cactuses, meaning people can save on using their heals. Now this means that the higher skilled players are going to be landing on this side of the map, so if you land it, you have more of a chance of running into players which are higher skilled with more PR or even earnings. So if you're not a strong fighter, I wouldn't recommend landing on that side of the map. I would try finding a drop spot on the north side of the map to play for placement and get the placement points that you need. Anyways, thank you for watching today's video. If it has helped you in any way, please subscribe. If you want to see how I play in a Solo Victory Cup, make sure to click the video on screen. But anyways, I'll see you in the next one.